Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Evelise. Thank you again for joining me. Today I'm going to do a review on the Kokie line that's available at Walmart. They did have a ton of stuff to choose from, but a lot of it was not available to me at my Walmart, so I just picked up what I was able to get. So anyway, let's just jump right into this video. The first thing I picked up was the Skin Perfect HD foundation. Why was I saying that backwards? Anyway, it comes in a really nice glass bottle and a really nice pump. The only problem is when you go to pump it, there's a ton of product that comes out. Another thing that I noticed is that the color that you see at the on the bottle or the swatch, for some reason this came off super pale on my face. I mean, I know my body's darker than my face, but it was almost like a white. It was really weird. I don't know if it's just because it didn't mix well with me, with my skin tone, but it did not come off like this on my face. So anyway, it does show up as like a medium to full coverage, but when you actually apply it, it's really not that full coverage. Anyway, and I did notice that my pores did kind of come through a lot. Like they actually looked really big, and my skin started peeking through the foundation, so I wasn't really a big fan of the foundation. Another one that I picked up was the liquid cushion. Now I did try this with a beauty blender. It was just like a really light coverage, so it didn't do well with my beauty blender. On me, it could be completely different on you, so I did have to go in with my fluffy brush, and it did like my fluffy brush. It did cover a little bit. It was very sheer and my skin poked through, and I had huge pores again, which normally different foundations, my pores don't come out that much, or they're not as magnified as it was with this. They do have kind of like a tacky feeling, like it doesn't completely dry down, which is weird. So I felt like I was putting kind of like a primer or something on my skin. It just didn't sit well and soak into my skin. So, I wasn't a fan, and my eyelashes driving me nuts. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Another thing that I bought was the cushion concealer. Actually, this was kind of decent, but again, like the foundations, it did leave kind of like a tacky feeling that just didn't dry down. So it did cover, it looked nice, but I just couldn't get it to I was waiting for it to just kind of dry up a little bit because I could still move it around. So I wasn't a fan of this. Another one that I got was a Be Bright Illuminator. This actually did pretty good. I'm wearing it right now. Again, like the others, it didn't go down to a matte finish. It says illuminating, so usually illuminating to me doesn't mean that it's going to dry down to a nice matte finish. So it is really nice, as you could see, but when you cut, and actually it looks like it's gonna be nice and heavy, but with me, as you could see, there's like a little bit of a sheen. It just didn't cover as much as I wanted to. Like it did in the beginning, but it kind of faded throughout the day, and it faded quickly. So, but that happened to me. So anyway, I'm not a fan of that either. I feel so terrible. Okay, so another thing that I got was the Brow Pomade Gel. Now, I could have gotten, my lashes drive me nuts. I could have gotten a bad batch. I don't know, because the packaging was kind of opened a little bit when I got it, and it was the last one. So I'm like, what the hell? But it made my brush kind of tacky. When I was actually applying it to my brows, I felt a little bit of a tugging. It wasn't like a really nice glide. So, the good thing is that when I did put it on, I'm not really a fan of like brow gels because I don't like my eyebrows to look like they're painted on like markers. So I like more of a natural look. I did notice that I didn't have like a ton of pigment on my eyebrows where I looked like I had done them with a magic marker. So I did kind of like that about this. The only thing is I've noticed that when you have a brow gel and it kind of gets old after a couple months or whatever. I mean, I literally just bought this, and as you could see, it kind of like the pigment just kind of fades. It doesn't glide on really nicely. So, you know, that's the other thing. If it feels dry now and I just bought it, what is it going to do a week from now or 2 weeks? Is it going to dry down? And I mean, of course I could bring it back to life, but I don't want to have to do that right off the bat. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. Okay. Another thing that I bought was a Kiss and Tell lip primer. This stuff was crazy. It goes on like white. It gives like a white cast to your lips, almost like, you know, when you drink milk of magnesia and it kind of leaves a white residue. That's what this happened. And my lips started doing something weird when I applied, you know, the Kissable and the Veneer lipsticks and lip glosses. So this actually made them feel a little off. So I didn't like this. And not only that, I had like a weird aftertaste on my mouth and I didn't like it. So to me, this is also a miss. Okay, so here we go, Cookie. All right, so another thing that I bought was the Prep Up eyeshadow primer. Now, this is the one thing I didn't like about this. It's very oily. I don't know if you could see it right here. It's very oily. When I put it on my eyes literally started to kind of sting like right away, and it left like a really tacky feeling, almost like when you put Vaseline and you open your eyes and you could feel them sticky. That's what happened with this. When I applied the eyeshadow over it, it just stuck. It didn't move or anything. The eyeshadow just kind of clinged onto the primer, and it wasn't a good primer at all for me. I actually was able to blend it out with my finger in order for it to look decent. But if you're going to go in with a brush and you're going to go directly on top of this, it's just not good. It's just going to stick and it's not really going to blend. So I'm not a fan of this. God, I feel so bad, Cookie. I wanted to love you. Anyway, another one that I picked up was a powder contour palette. Now, this is really nice. The packaging is beautiful on these products. It has a really nice mirror, and it kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D. These colors down here are beautiful. I really like them because they're kind of natural. I'm actually wearing them right now. It just gives you a really nice bronzy effect. The contour is really nice. There's a lot of kickback, but that doesn't seem to bother me. But the colors up here don't really work very well, especially like this banana color. It doesn't really work. Like when you put it underneath your eyes, it doesn't really do much. So this is kind of like a hit and miss. Also, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it really quick so you could see what it looks like. It's just really, really nice and light. It's not super creamy, just a little bit, so you can't even see the middle, but it's very, very chalky. Okay, and this is the last color I'm going to swatch right here. So as you can see, super light, but I am actually wearing it, so you could kind of, you know, build it up, and it's not too bad, but the top colors don't do much for me. All right, and these are actually like $15, $16, so they are kind of pricey for Walmart. The lip glosses or the kissable liquid lipsticks, whatever, they're less than $6, so that's not too bad. All right, so the other thing that I bought was a strobing palette. Now, I was really excited about this because I love strobing and highlights and all that stuff. You get 4 really nice colors, but again, I was kind of really disappointed because there's not really a sheen at all. These colors are very pretty, but as I swatch them, you really can't see much. You can see more on the top of them, but when you're actually applying it, and I'm actually wearing it right now, and you really can't see that I'm wearing it. So you really have to work this color. And you still, like, I'm gonna go ahead and go in kind of with like this pinky shade right here. There's a lot of kickback and it's super, super chalky. Okay, so you could see just a little, like barely. And sometimes like the yellow, it kind of leaves like a white little cast, so I kind of really don't like that. So these, again, disappointed because it really didn't do much for me. All right, I'm moving on. The next thing that I got was an eyeshadow palette. I only got one just because I had a feeling, just looking at it, that it wasn't gonna be that great. And when I applied it, it didn't do anything. You couldn't really see the colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. So here is the first one right here. And I'm really going to dig into that. That's the color, that's the swatch. Again, as you can see right here, it's very chunky. I'm going to go into this really nice little pinky color. Just a little bit of a hint of color. I'm going to go into this like gray color. So you see, and I'm really going to hit that pan. It's just chalky and soft, and it kind of fades, and I just was not a fan of it. Okay, so I'm going to go into that mauve color right here. Here it is. And then I'm going to go into this middle color that's kind of like a light taupe, which is right here. I know you can't see it. All right, and then there's like a midnight blue. You could see the chalkiness in there. Then I'm going to go into like this golden color, which is okay. Now the foil color, which I'm wearing on my eyes right now. So it's kind of like a foiled color, and that's really the only one that swatches nicely. It's the only one that I actually put on my eyes, and it was okay. Now, I do have to say, when you're swatching these and when you're applying it with the eyeshadow brush, it really doesn't do much until you wet your brush or you put like Max Fix Plus. What the hell, Fix Plus? Why can't I remember the name? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Then everything comes to life. Like my eyes right now, I'm actually wearing this palette. So when you wet it, dampen it, whatever you're going to do, Fix Plus, it does bring the color to life. So using it without it, not so much. This is what you're going to get. When you wet it or whatever, then you're going to get some color in there. Not every color. Like the only ones that really came to life were these colors right here. The other ones are still going to be kind of light and soft. So there you go with the eyeshadow. Another thing that I got was the lip palette. The lip palette. Now, this actually wasn't so bad. They have different colors. They have like pinks and, you know, these peachy colors. These are actually kind of nice. They're very moussey and they last long. So I kind of really like this one. Another one that I got were these 4 colors right here. I'm actually wearing them right now, and I will put the colors underneath and let you know which one I'm wearing. So they're the Kissable liquid lipstick and then the lip veneers. Now these, I'm not a fan of like liquid matte lipsticks at all. Like I like my lips to look really nice and dewy and moist and shiny. I don't like it when my lips look dry, and I don't like it when they look like old and all my wrinkles start coming out of my lips. I don't like that look at all. But I have to say this one isn't so bad. It lasts a really long time. I mean, as you can see right here, I hate when this happens right here. And when your lips are, when you're wearing, you know, liquid lipstick, that's what tends to happen. And my lips look a little bit drier than usual, but it's not as bad as like other ones. So if I'm gonna use one, I'm gonna probably wear these. So Kokie, you were pretty good with the liquid lipsticks. The lip veneers is actually really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. They feel really moussey. Oh, I'm running out of arm space. They feel really moussey and pretty, and I really like these a lot. Except sometimes, even though I do like it, if you press your lips, you're gonna see a little bit of your lip peeking through. So I would suggest not pressing your lips too much, which I tell people not to do all the time anyway. So these are decent. I'm not like super crazy, but I don't hate them. So, you know, if I'm gonna recommend something in this line, it'll probably definitely be the lipsticks. All right, another funny little gimmicky thing that I bought, which I thought was going to be really fun. My eyebrows are a little bit darker than what I normally like because I'm actually wearing this fun little thing right here. It is the brow, I was going to say scalp, brow sculpt. Now it comes with like a little brush, like a little felt tip brush, and it feels really moussey. Everything in this line has like a really nice moussey like texture. But I thought it was going to be really nice and easy, which it is, except it makes my brows look really like dark, and I don't like them that dark and kind of like fake looking. I don't like that look at all. So if you're one that likes heavier brows and stuff, then this is kind of a fun little thing. So, you know, it's okay. Let me see, what else did I buy? I think that's all I bought. Anyway, I hope this helped you all with this little line. It's kind of cute. It's a lot of hit and misses for me. I didn't like a lot of the stuff. Of course, I didn't try the mascara and the eyeliners that they have, and they do have some powder, so they have a huge selection of things to choose from, and it is available at Walmart. It is under around $16 because some of the palettes or foundations are $16 or $13. So it's a little bit pricier than the other lines at Walmart. But anyway, you know, try it out to see. I didn't have a very good experience, but you might. And if you did, I'm really happy because it's cute. And I really wanted to love this line. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Please give this video a thumbs up and follow me on Instagram and all those fun social media, you know, places to go. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.